Morning, everyone. We are walking to Dumbo today. There's like a market that's over there that's like imagine one of those indoor eating sort of places where there's just a bunch of seats and tables and then a bunch of mini restaurants within the one gigantic, almost like a food court. They have that sort of a thing going on over there. And that is where I'm going to be working from today. Just did a little pit stop at this park here. There is a ramen shop that I want to try out tonight. It is called Suta, and this place's claim to fame is that it is the world's first Michelin star rated ramen shop in the world. And it's right here in Brooklyn. It's like right along the coast, like the edge of where the water is at. So it's in Dumbo, very close by here. I've always walked by it, and they have all the like Michelin star, like their little things in the window, but I've never actually gone into this place to try it out. And I figured that since I'll be in the area today, I will work from home, and then in the evening, I'm gonna go and try this place out for dinner.
Isomoto says welcome to the vlog.
And to be clear, this place is not actually, like this place that we're going to is not actually the world's first Michelin starred ramen shop in the world, but from what I understand, the original location, which is in Japan, I assume, that's the one that was Michelin star rated. And then they created a second location here in the US, which just so happens to be here in New York. And so that is kind of like the expansion pack. They specialize in shoyu-based ramens, which is not like my preferred, but since this place is kind of well known, I think that I'm gonna try whatever it is that they make. They have signs on their window that say that they limit it to 200 bowls per day, and then after that they cap it and they don't sell anymore for the day. So it's really interesting. Okay, something I've always been very, very curious about since having moved here is you see all these like halal carts everywhere where they sell food in the little cart, and they're just kind of parked randomly along the street. And something that I've always wondered about is, first of all, I'm sure that there's some sort of like permit that you have to have in order to sell your food. But the thing I'm more curious about is, how does it go when it comes to determining where exactly they can park their spot? So for example, this one over here is right underneath the Brooklyn Bridge. It's like a prime location, because if you're coming off of the bridge up here and if you're coming right off of the bridge and you want to grab some food, it is literally the very first stop where they're selling food, like right there available. And I assume that that's like prime real estate when it comes to these things versus a place where they, like a random side street or something like that, you know what I'm saying? So I wonder if there's some sort of like a lottery, or if they have to pay more depending on where exactly they're situated. If you take these stairs up right here, it takes you up to the Brooklyn Bridge. This is just like a side entrance. And then this is like an example of prime real estate for the halal cart right here. And that is what I am very, very curious about. How much do they have to pay? How much do they have to pay to get that prime spot right there? That location, like what is the rent price on parking your thing right there? All right, straight up ahead here, my friends. This is our favorite, most Instagrammable spot in all of Brooklyn, New York. Front Street, Washington Street corner. Always very populated throughout the day right here, my friends. Okay, we just finished up. I'm gonna walk over to the ramen place now. It's now evening time here, and it is, I think, on the other street over here, but I'm gonna walk over there. No reservation. Hopefully I can get in there and get a spot. ate at the ramen shop. To be completely honest with you, it was a little bit overrated in my opinion. It was good, but I just feel that there is a lot more better options back home in California. So it was good, but it was not like, I think I overhyped it a little bit in my mind. I will say one thing that I thought was really positive about this place was the customer service experience. The server was extremely helpful for kind of explaining the menu. When I got there, I told him it was my first time, and he went through the whole menu and kind of talked about the different things and what I can add. The first two things on their menu are the two items that they were, I guess, judged upon for their the Michelin star. That's how they got awarded, was based on those first two items. So I got the first item on the list, and it was just okay for me. You know, when I moved here, because it's my first year living here in New York, I think a lot of the things that are happening that are just very normal New York things, I'm experiencing them for the first time. So a lot of these things are very novel and new to me, despite the fact that I'm sure to people who have lived here for years and years, they're just very typical activities. One of these things is during the holiday season, for select days during the month of December, they completely shut down a giant portion of Fifth Ave in Manhattan, specifically for the people who are pedestrians. I had some Black Friday shopping stuff that I needed to return to some stores in that area, so I just kind of ran errands, walked around in some of the stores there. I went to the Uniqlo on Fifth Ave. They had a bunch of food trucks just parked along the street, so I got one of these pierogies. I'm standing on this is the corner of West 52nd and Fifth Ave here. They closed this down for like select days throughout the month of December for people to look at these lights. Also, this is like a lot of shopping in this area, so they close it down so that people could go and walk up and down this street, which is insane because this is probably like the busiest street normally. It's just really crazy that you can just freely walk up and down this street here. It's not normally like this. The Saks Fifth Avenue here on Fifth Ave has this like light show. One of the ladies standing next to me was telling me that it's like a 2-minute loop, and it loops every 10 minutes throughout the night. It's a very quick show, so it's one of those things where as you're walking down the street, when the show begins, you just kind of stop in your spot and everyone just turns and looks at this light show that they do on the building. I don't know if there's a specific name for this whole event, this like shutting down of Fifth Ave, but it is a thing that apparently happens every holiday season this time of the year. That's pretty much it. This has been year 13, week number 637. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch. Next week will be week number 638.